Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 10 of our holiday playthrough of Sherlock Holmes, The Devil Daughter. I'm TJ. Wait, where am I? We began the penultimate case of this entire game, titled Chain Reaction, and one of the things that, well, press square? Okay, so one of the things that we've encountered, I gotta do all this again? Oh, okay, so I'll tell you why I said that in a minute. So, the episode began, or this case began with Sherlock and Watson minding their business downtown in a stagecoach cabbie of some sort. Until they stumbled upon an accident that involved several casualties, including some forces from the characters, fortunately. And what it was that it was a sort of chain reaction in which a force or basically an explosion took place from a lamp store, and it pretty much killed and injured several civilians and forces. And Sherlock and Watson were on the case. They were able to rescue a good amount of people affected by the tragic accident. But upon further discovery, it was determined that the accident was no accident at all. It seems to be a cover-up of some sort, or something else. There was a stagecoach that had several members from a gang. All of them are dead, or at least two of them are dead. And there was some sort of electrical device that led us here into the sewers adjacent from the accident. So this had led us here to the sewers, and we're trying to figure out what's going on, like how this has all into a tragic accident. Sherlock thinks that Sherlock thinks the accident was a cover for something else, for a possible murder, and maybe something more behind that. So we're here right now. I completed all of this before I ended the episode, but it looks like the checkpoint saved way before that. So what I'm doing right now, I was trying to find a way.
A pneumatic drill, the same as the one that we found in the technical cab.
And so we're trying to find a way to get across over there. And I got kind of stuck, but I think I figured it out right before the episode ended. So we're almost done with this game. This episode, I'm going to end this episode when I'm done with this case, because the next case will be the last episode. And I've read that it's fairly short compared to all the other cases I've done. I'm surprised that the second case was really long because of that crazy maze, that crazy mind maze that Sherlock had to travel in his mind in that bottle. I actually like this game. I like a lot of mystery games. You know, Frogwares has done a great job of emulating the Sherlock Holmes gameplay. I'm looking forward to the next game, the City 2, which will be a playthrough in the near future, sometime next year. That might be, depending on when it comes out, that might be a spectacular playthrough nominee. But if it comes out earlier, I'm going to play it as soon as it comes out. There's balancing out right here. So the Rascal gang, there's like the two victims of the accident were parked over a manhole where some sort of electrical device was wired through a manhole. And this led us over here into the sewers. We're trying to figure out what the purpose of the electrical wire is, how that is linked to, if it is linked to the supposed. Let me put this here first. If it's somehow linked to, well, I'm pretty sure it's linked to whatever the accident was caused by. Well, the accident was caused by an accident. That basically hence the name of this case, Chain Reaction. Just one thing after another, which caused the result of several deaths and injuries. An accident that wasn't supposed to take place, but it was. So let's go over here. Oh, come back up. I forgot about that thing. That lever right there next to the pipes on the right. This will help us create a bridge so we don't have to play bouncing that game anymore. Let's lower this down. just trying to figure out something like that. So now I gotta push that scaffold platform down to the yeah to the other ladder that I just moved. It took me a while to figure this area out. The last episode, or the beginning of the space, I should say. That Sherlock figuring out the chain of the series of events based on what happened. That's a pretty nifty minigame, so to speak, to figure out what happened exactly. There was a horse that lost control and knocked over some vegetables from a crate, which knocked over the adjacent scaffolding, and the scaffolding had some sort of lift device in which the scaffolding knocked down, or not knocked down, but it caused an axe that was on some sort of lifting device to fly out, chopped down a row of flags that was hanging between buildings, blinding incoming horses, two horse carriages, I should say. One horse carriage crashed into the scaffold platform, which knocked down a horse carriage that was parked next to the scaffold, and unfortunately the horse didn't make it, neither did the cabbie, I believe. And then at the same time, the second horse, there was another horse that got blinded by the flag. It crashed into a lamp store, which caused a fear explosion, and the fear explosion killed one horse carriage that was parked next to the building, which then caused another horse carriage behind the one that was killed by the explosion to react by the explosion, and it crashed into a pile of cabinets standing down. The cabinets got knocked down by the horse, and a domino effect, and those neighboring cabinets knocked down an electrical lamppost, which electrified and killed a horse carriage that was parked right in front of a store or a building that Sherlock investigated, where he found the electrical device. This is where we ended right now. Oh, I just did an achievement. I'll put up. Find a way to control the water. Good. So, oh, and that, okay. That lowered the bridge down there as well, too. Nice. Alright, so, I think we're done with this part. There's something over there, but let's check over here first. Oh.
Metal powder. Looks like aluminium. A red powder. Given the circumstances, most probably iron oxide. Or just rust. Magnesium strips.
Some strips made as an electrical conductor of some sort.
So, it was the goal of Rasco's gang to rob the bank. The iron wall of the vault has been melted through. Still warm.
About what? Was it that electrical device back in the building?
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables.
So that lamppost, that lamp store explosion.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables.
Wow, that is clever.
An old map of the sewers with a red cross.
What's that X? So obviously the sun on the left is the vault. That's where we're at. Water, 3 valves. So the exclamation points are the water valves that we use to raise and lower the water level to utilize the scaffold platform to jump across the door and on the left. What's that thing on the right? I remember that part. Okay. Outside the map.
This vault belongs to the Bank of England.
Now we must make our way back. So like I said, the lamp store explosion was basically a clever ruse to hide the real explosion sound of the Bank of London. That I got it. Okay, so we gotta go to the X right there on the right of that picture. So we can cross this and then make a left. Let's see where that leads to. Oh, wasn't that wooden door? Right here. In case you're wondering, I'm in the... Oh, this is... What's in this box? Licorice. Empty.
All of the licorice has been eaten. These barrels are empty and unsealed. A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long. Metal rings. They're used to hold the barrel in one piece.
Cigarette book?
Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
Hot smoke here?
This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty. The thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
That explains the red exit. It explains the red X mark. That's pretty clever, but let's see if there's another way out of here. And by the way, I'm in the semifinal round right now in fantasy football. Lamar Jackson scored me a good amount of points, but that winning section might have been a breaker on that one. And I have Saquon Barkley as well too, but the guy I'm playing against is pretty up there. He has Jonathan Taylor. As of this recording, he has Jonathan Taylor. His squad, he scored 38 points, so that might be the breaker. So I'm the number 2 seed, and then my fellow number 1 seed counterpart, I don't think he's doing any hot either. Let's get out of here first. Oh man, looks like all of his... Oh, he still has some players on him, but he's not doing well either. He has Jalen Hurts on his squad as the starting quarterback, but he got knocked out with a concussion, so that might be the deal breaker on his team as well too. So get out of here real quick. So we figured out the true purpose of the explosion of the lamp post, or the lamp store, or the accident, I should say. Just unfortunate that some people had to die along the way for that. Part of me thinks deaths. Let's go back to the accident area. Yeah, part of me thinks that I don't think deaths were planned, but we shall see. And I actually have coffee. So, Starbucks, I'm really a big fan of their holiday drinks. And I ordered, my favorite holiday drink is the caramel brulee drink. I usually like to have it in a cream format, not the latte. And unfortunately, they added latte in this. So I'm going to be wired up the entire day. I also have like a holiday team dinner with my store later on this evening. What else? Did everybody just leave? Okay. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's go to Scotland Yard. Yeah, I'm wired. Oh, we got some deductions. Let's see. Anything here? 1. Electricity. Okay, we know about that. Let's go. Let's see what else. Okay. Map. Okay. Alright, So let's go and make some accusations.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
Why does he have a black
One
eye?
of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room.
That explains
I'm
it.
sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I,
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us?
So they're gonna get they're gonna get this suspect for assault on a police officer as well. Man, that sucks for him.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. Please, sir, release my son. Mr. Holmes?
He was in the evidence room, so let's see what's here.
The initials MB.
Notes. Mr. Butcher, we have the most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary. Dr. Matthew Smith, the Great Ormond Street Hospital in London. We have another place to
This
go
letter
to.
from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address.
Let's see here. Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays with existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious errors that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation, as you have always been an exemplary employee. We understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behavior in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. The directors, Underground Electric Railways of Company of London. Ah, so that's where the carriage came from, and we know who it belongs to.
Reginald Butcher had problems with his job. This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new.
It's in its inbox. Licorice?
Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
Okay. Right, next one.
Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulating.
Yep. Prevents you from getting electrocuted. Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you could join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your goodwill brings such joy, and I know that I may rely upon you. I remember how your life began in sin, your feeling rejected, alone in the world, and how you turned to the criminal path, but you found the strength within you to make the change. You became a good man. Our Lord will have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Pastor Gordon. Okay.
Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
Long brand, too.
Whiskey. Of poor quality.
Cheap quality. And that looks like Pastor Gordon.
My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith.
Benjamin. So far, Butcher's the prime suspect. Alright, dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that despite your expropriation, you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact our payment service as soon as possible, otherwise we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate matter. Mr. Stewart, of the financial director of Bank of England. Oh, okay, Bank of England. What's this?
Electrical wires. A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord, with a bookmark.
It's a bookmark review.
This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
If you have to blow up half a continent, create a bloodbath in order to destroy the barbarians' party, you can be deemed to possess neither scruples nor conscience. Anyone who would not happily sacrifice his own life for the honor of exterminating a million barbarians is not a true Republican. I agree, such clear-sightedness. There's a fourth one. What's this?
The belongings of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte. A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal.
Mauricio Alfredo Vincente, also known as Rasco, leader of a small local gang whose members can be identified by the gang's motif and dog tattoo, like the one on the neck. The gang has been involved in frequent violence, robbery, pickpocketing, etc.
A Webley revolver. A standard deck of playing cards. A normal pocket knife.
Another licorice box.
Rasco is fond of licorice. Huh. The licorice was found both at the sewers and amongst Rasco's belongings.
So far, the suspects and victims. So, I want to say three of the. So, let's see the names here. So, Reginald Butcher? Hospitals highlighted. But so far, I want to say Butcher. I don't think Fowler is a prime suspect. Maybe those gloves are a coincidence. Fowler. Well, all of them are suspects, but I want to say either Fowler, Garrett, or well, not the victim. So either Fowler or Garrett were the ones that caused all this. So let's interrogate our fellow suspects. I wonder if he's in the morgue. Let's see.
Locked.
Okay, maybe he is out of town for a couple of days. Okay.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Maybe ex-gang member? Because that looks pretty smeared off. It's probably from the gloves he's wearing. There's the tourniquet. Manual worker. He is involved with the reconstruction work of the statue in the square, which explains his presence at the scene of the accident and his resulting leg injury. He has a dog tattoo, a gang member's mark, which he attempts to hide. Yellow nails identify him as a heavy smoker, and he's a religious man.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council. I swear it.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear...
Yes, you swear it, I know. Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it, I swear.
The dog tattoo.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No, it was a long time ago. I already forgot, I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Let's talk about this.
Please,
guy.
escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
All right, this is the guy that said no to me. Let's see what this guy's all about. He's coughing, so he's ill. Yikes. Aggressive person who wears the symbol of the anarchist. He dislikes the police and most probably all authority. It is obvious that he is poor, as his clothes are old and worn. Mr. Garrett exhibits black sputum through his coughing, which is a symptom of silicosis. Garrett is ill. A specific burn upon his finger reveals that he must work with electricity.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
You know what the black sputum you're coughing?
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How'd you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I'll teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. And I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
So that's what we got so far here, a lot. Benjamin Fowler sometimes works with electricity, but he is not a specialist, and it is doubtful that he would know how to create such a deadly trap. Or... no, I'm gonna go with not a specialist. That might be a coincidence. Let's see what else. Go on the pass. Yep, he has changed. So yeah, I believe he has changed. Let's see what else we got here. Bank debtors. It's the bank where Thomas Garrett has a large debt. The electrical trap for the technical cab was arranged by a professional. I'm gonna go with insufficient. I don't think he knows well enough for that. Let's see. Somebody knew about the robbing. I should tell the members of the Rascals gang. Let's see. Suppose the state capitalism and market relations, but Garrett isn't dealt with the bank. So he's just an anarchist. That's my idea. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Fowler's connected with the Rascal gang. He has the gang's tattoo, but except for remove it. Fowler's new life is what? No, Fowler's new life. He tried to rub off, or he's covering the tattoo on his neck. Okay, so we got one more place to go to, and that's the Orman Hospital. Yeah, so let's go to Orman Hospital. Wow, way up north.
I'm apparently in the children's ward. I'm apparently in the children's ward. A young woman lost her life.
The black little butcher.
Mr. Butcher's wife.
Mr. Butcher, I can confirm that we are willing to admit your daughter into the care of our hospital. We will be responsible for the travel expenditure, financially taking all appropriate precautions due to the delicate state of your daughter. Additionally, you must attend to any accommodation costs and all medical attention. The final bill cannot be summarized within this letter. It will depend, of course, on your daughter's condition, but I must warn you that the sum may be considerable. Dr. K.O. Medin, Karolinska University Hospital, Stockholm. I don't think those initials are K.O. That is not an appropriate initial to have as a doctor. Good Lord.
Admission file at Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm. Merrill Butcher.
Myelitis, thickened Nerrington, America. Myelitis. That's some serious shit right there. For those of you that don't know, that's like an infection in the spinal cord, and it can affect pretty much a lot of things that could also it's life-threatening if not given the proper care, and that could cause paralysis as well too.
Mr. Reginald Butcher, I come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly. She's finally asleep.
Is she your daughter?
My pretty little Merrill. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today, and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry, I understand now.
So he's the one that was married. Probably clean up the mud. I'm missing something? This position of railway worker. He is depressed due to the illness of his daughter, of whom he is extremely fond of. His shoes are shining. They have no doubt been recently cleaned. His expensive waistcoat, now in shabby condition, reveals that he was previously a prosperous man. Mr. Butcher loves his daughter and is not ashamed to wear a child's bracelet to display his affection.
Can she be cured?
It'll take a long time, but I'm confident that we'll win this fight. I can't bear to think otherwise.
Yes, it's probably just a question of money.
What are you talking about? It's a question of willpower, and my daughter will win.
I do hope so. Although the treatment at the Karolinska University Hospital is very expensive.
Yeah, it's our only hope. Thanks to the good Dr. Blowberry, she finally has a bed. We're going out next week. It's our last chance. Do you have children?
Yes, I have a daughter too.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes. What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you're experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see. Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
Really? Why was it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Shh. Meryl's asleep.
Good grief, this is gonna be a tough one. Well, it's clear that Reginald Butcher is the prime suspect in all this. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, that's right. Oh, God. Can't be this. He would not. He risked himself to rob a bank to get money to pay off his debt. This is gonna be a tough one, though. Trap the cab and activate the device. Why is that electrical device activated? He's a murderer, but oh God. Reginald Butcher helped the Rascal gang to rob the bank and then killed them for the money. Butcher is a dangerous criminal who not only robbed the bank but also. Because of this, he felt forced to rob the bank before killing his accomplices in order to take the money necessary for treatment. Let him go, man. But other people got killed, though. I'm gonna let you guys guess which one I picked based on the ending. And then we'll end the episode as we get introduced to the final case.
Mr. Butcher.
Shh. She's finally asleep. I knew you'd
You
return.
should go to Stockholm with your daughter. You will save her. I've made my decision. Leave now.
You understand, I was forced to do all this.
Perhaps you were.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye.
So I'm sure you guys guessed it. I'll let him go, but I'm just... This is a tough one. I mean... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. This is some terrible writing. I'm not gonna lie. This is some really terrible, not terrible writing to an extent, but like because of there's no resolve other than maybe a letter that's going to be pinned into my closet with a knife. But this is really tough. Like, the moral choices you make, the choices you make, is it moral or immoral? Does it justify the actions of others in this entire game? Like, this one is the toughest one because we had some innocent people that were actually killed from the lamp explosion, aside from the Rasco gang, so... Man, whatever. I'll accept the decision. Alright, so let's see how this case... Yeah, let's see how this case ends. So you know what? I got time. Let's do this.
Holmes, at last you're back. We can't find Kate.
What?
She went for her lesson, but the teacher says that Kate never arrived.
Mrs. Hudson!
She's gone out to ask around the neighborhood.
You know what? We'll end the episode over here. So I'm still not feeling how that last case ended. So we'll end the episode over here. The next episode will be the last episode. I gotta rethink why I chose that decision. I mean, he did it to save his daughter. That's one thing, but at the cost of innocent lives. Is that really Sherlock Holmes? Or it's just probably terrible writing from a moral/immoralistic standpoint. But either way, I'll see you guys in the final episode. We'll try to find out where Kate is, and obviously with Alice. Obviously she's with Alice, so we got to see what's going on. I mean, we found a lot of dirty stuff in her own flat downstairs. So I'll see you guys for the conclusion of this entire holiday playthrough, and then I'll talk about what's going to happen next as we enter the new year, in which I'm going to decide which... Well, I think I've decided my game, but I'm still thinking about it based on the recent events of the gaming news. So I'll see you guys in the 11th and final episode of this entire holiday playthrough. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later.